Hey guys, okay, I want to discuss with you guys right now a two proportion z-test. We've been talking about the confidence interval, but now let's actually look at our test itself. So as we look at this here, let's first of all recognize what is our null hypothesis and alternative. Okay, so the premise is the same as it has been before. The HO represents that there is no difference at all. So as we look at this right here, generically speaking, it's your P sub 1 minus your P sub 2 equals our hypothesized value. And we are, for this particular class, going to restrict our scenarios to how it's normally depicted, which is that there is no difference. With that being said, you can rewrite this in two ways. Now let's please remember the idea that our alternative hypothesis says that we're expecting there to be some difference, whether it's less than, greater than, or not equal to. Now as we flash down to the conditions and assumptions, we are stating, of course, our randomness. We're looking at our 10% rule, so it's the same as your confidence interval. However, I must look at something. The LCC is going to be the same, but in addition to that, there's one more thing I've got to pay attention to, which takes me down to, but before I discuss that, I want to talk about generically what our equation is for the two sample. Don't know when the stupid thing stopped, and I don't have time to redo it. Okay, so where I believe I said was that this right here can be written in this way too, and I just didn't have a chance to write down the standard error. Okay, so as I continue here, the idea of what I was saying is that we can look at the pooled. So as we look at the pooled, it is pulling together all together the success of both groups divided by the total outcome of both groups. And sorry if this is a repeat. Again, don't know when it stopped. Here is the mathematical equation that it includes. So as we do this, let's look at our nasty formula. And now remember, this is for a two proportion z-test. So as we look at that, please recognize there's hats all over the place, but remember, as I look at this right here, please remember that this is based off of the pooled value. And notice it is exactly the same with the exception of we have our sample size differential. Now that's new. I'll show you in class where that equation is on our tan sheet. So as I wrap this up here, when I look at this, I've got my three scenarios, just like I've had before. This is greater than, this is less than, this is not equal to. But the only difference that's happening now is that I am looking at literally the difference of my proportions. Okay, so with that being said, I want to close this out so I can let students in the classroom. I will talk to you guys tomorrow more about this.